Hello, welcome back to Cracking the Cryptic. And the puzzle on screen is about the King of Hearts. Ollie Marr, who is a brilliant constructor, has created it because of our themed Sudoku hunt on Patreon. The August Sudoku hunt is no trump game based on the cards played in a hand of bridge. And Ollie's done one themed on the King of Hearts. So he said, mischievously, I feel, maybe the big K in the grid will be enough to remind Mark that there is a King's Move rule. Maybe it will, but maybe I will also get out Mr. King to sit in front of me and tell me that as well. Now, on Patreon, there are other things too. There are gridogram and connections videos, some difficult cryptic crosswords, more coming on that front soon, but also a puzzle hunty type puzzle coming soon. And if you like that sort of thing, today on the channel, we released the new Jane Street puzzle called In a Pickle. And it's a really fascinating puzzle and solve. So do check that out. Loads of extra content as always, streaming currently. If you go over to the live section, and you can come back to this video, of course, there is what do? We do Friday crossword masterclasses. We do minute cryptic, wordle in a minute every day, in addition to our 2 variant Sudoku videos. Just trying to bring you as much content as we can. And if that's not enough, you can get our apps featuring line Sudoku, Domino Sudoku, Classic Sudoku 2, and the Worms by the likes of Blobz and Zetamath. Great fun to be had with those consequential Sudoku solves. And there's merch as well. You could get yourself a Cracking the Cryptic mug like this one, or a Rat Run mug as designed by Marty Sears, or all sorts of things. Do check out the links under the video. Live streaming now, as I say, but when this is being released, you can catch up on the VOD if you missed it live. Let's have a look at the rules of Heartbreaking by Ollie Marr. Normal Sudoku rules apply. 1 to 9 will go in every row, every column, and every 3x3 box. Digits a king's move apart, as in chess, must be different. And the way that that applies to a puzzle like this is to say that 2 cells touching each other diagonally can't contain the same digit. Here is Mr. King to sit in front of me and remind me, as well as the K in the grid, of course. On black dots, there's one of those. One digit is double the other. And on white dots, digits are consecutive. I think Ollie said that the white dots aren't actually necessary to make the puzzle unique. That doesn't mean they're necessary to make it human solvable. That doesn't mean they're unnecessary to make it human solvable. I don't know. I'm going to play it as he's presented it to us, because he's very good at always ensuring that it's a fair standard. So you can try it on the first link under the video. Let's get cracking. Okay, the things I tell you about green lines are important things. One is that 5 can never appear on a green line. The second is that therefore the digits alternate between lower than 5 and higher than 5 to maintain the difference of at least 5 between them. And thirdly, there are always a number of digits or cells where you can't place a 4 or a 6, including, for instance, these cells, because a 4 only has one possible Sudoku neighbor on a green line, which is a 9. So if you tried to put a 4 there, they'd both be 9. Now, one of these lines, then, I'm going to color with alternating colors. I'm going to choose this line. Let's say yellow and red for the alternating colors on that line. And now these colors will mean either red is high and yellow is low, or the other way around. Now that's interesting. As we look along this row, we've got 3 yellows already. There are only 4 of each color in each row, column, and box. One of these 2 is going to be yellow because, well, okay, I'm going to alternate this line in 2 other colors. And what I hope to do is translate these colors that I'm using into high and low in some way. Maybe a first step will be to translate red and yellow into green and pink, or vice versa. But this hasn't really got me very far. Or has it? No, these yellow cells, they're not in these positions where you can't put 4 or 6. All of these cells are. They're all in positions where you can't put 4 or 6, the monogamous digits. I mean, there are... Okay, I'm going to actually mark up the cells where I can see that stricture applies as 1, 2, 3, 7, 8, or 9. And I'm just wondering if that gives us some sort of grouping we can use. Oh, it's also worth pointing out that in a puzzle with just green lines and white dots only, there would always be 2 possible solutions, because you could take the resulting final correct grid and subtract every digit from 10, and you would still be obeying all the same rules. So this black dot is going to be a key disambiguator in this puzzle. I really don't know how to use that at the moment. Okay, I guess this digit can't be 6 or 4 because it's in one of these positions where its 2 neighbors see each other. So that's 1, 2, 3, or 8. I mean, it's not uninteresting. It's not wildly helpful. These also are from the 1, 2, 3, 7, 8, 9 group. Oh, 5 in this column has to be... It's not there, is it? Because this digit is from the 1, 2, 3, 7, 8, 9 group. We can place 5 in column 6. And, oh, yes, 4 and 6. Lovely. Right. This is 4 or 6 because these 2 are both the same color, pink in my case. But that means they can't both be 4 and 6. Only one of them can be, because 4 and 6 would be different colors. So one of those is 4 or 6. And that is the other instance of 4 or 6 in the column. And that must then be touching a 3 or a 7 in its, I want to say, in its color. I mean, can I manage to create a third set of colors? You know I can. You know I can. I'm doing it. There we go. Light blue and gray. Now, in this column, that is one of each. These must... No, wrong. These are the same color, because that's a consecutive marker. They're either 3 and 4 or 6 and 7. Those are the same color, so they're not pink, because that would lead to 5 pinks in the column. So this color is green in terms of green and pink, and therefore gray goes pink, and at least we're down to 2 color sets again. Now I can color this as well, because we've now had 4 greens in the column. So that's pink, and now I can do alternating colors along here in pink and green as well. And I'm getting a little overexcited about this. These can't be 3 7s because they're green. So this is now a full set of the greens. These must be either a 1-2 pair or an 8-9 pair. And of course the pink 4 or 6 is in one of these 2 cells, but I don't know which. Now, it would be nice to colour up these cells as red, yellow and pink, but the trouble is they could be 5s. No, they couldn't. In no case could they be 5s, because these are all selected from a set that doesn't include 4 and 6 because of their position. That is seeing 2 cells in the same row, so is that, so is this. So I can colour these cells. That's red, that's yellow, and that's pink. I don't know if that's actually going to help at all. It's close, isn't it? Because either yellow or red is pink. And in this column, oh, well, I know where 5 goes in this column, because it doesn't go in any of these colours, and it doesn't go on a green line, and it doesn't go in a row where 5 has already appeared. So 5 goes there, and these 2 are the same colour as each other. And they can't be pink, because either yellow or red is completing the set of 4 pinks. So these are green, This is weird. Oh, I never coloured these two green as well, which is available. Okay, well, I'm enjoying the colouring. I'm not convinced I'm getting to the point of the puzzle yet. Okay, one of these was pink 4 or 6. What do I do with that? Very difficult to find anything to do with it. Double green here. If red was green, that would be all 4 green in the row. Oh, that can't be 3 or 7 because we've had green 3, 7 in the row. I don't know what else to do with these. One of these is 4, 6. This is a bit tricky. 1, 2, 3. So this colour, can it be pink? I don't see that it can't be pink from the point of view of this column, but if this was pink, all these 3 would be green. That's almost certain to fail. If all of these were green, one of these 2 is also green. So all the greens would be gone in the column, and these remaining cells would all be either 5 or pink. I suppose that is not impossible. Okay, sorry, that was a red herring. Goodness me, I'm finding this very hard to make progress in now. 5s. Just going to have to think about this for a bit. It's complicated. This can't be 3 or 7. Yeah, that's a good point. This can't be 3 or 7 because it's next to 3 or 7. 3 and 7 cannot go next to each other. This is an important consideration. This can't be 3 or 7 for a slightly more complicated reason, because, and it's wrong, and it's not true. It's not true. I thought that couldn't be 3 or 7 because one of these would be 3 or 7, but there is nothing to say that. This could be a 1, 2, or an 8, 9 pair, so this could be 3 or 7. So is there anywhere else that I can identify where 3 or 7 is not? Nowhere very obvious, I have to say. Neither. No, I'm sorry, I'm not really getting the next step of this. Okay, let's go back to thinking about this being pink as well. These would all be green. One of these would be green. Yeah, I don't know. Okay, there's another thought. If this was green, it would be the 4th green in the box. And it would be a 1, well, a 1, 2, 8, or 9. It would be a fairly extreme digit. You know, I did manage to forget. The big K in the grid got obscured by my lettering, and I forgot all about the King's move. And the King's move is at least going to tell me where 5 goes in this central box, which is there. And that places 5 in box 2, which limits 5 in box 1, which places 5 in box 7. Oh, Mr. King's move, why did I forget you? The 5 in this box is in one of those 3. I'm not going to pencil mark that now. This being a 5, yes. So if these were 3 greens, these would now be 3 pinks. Maybe there's no problem with that at all. That was something I was wondering quite hard about earlier, but now I think not. Maybe there is another King's Move issue that we can use. Oh yes, look, those two cells, they're either a 1-2 or an 8-9 pair, and they both touch this by King's Move. So this must be a 3 or a 7. And the only cells that can touch are from the 1-2 and 8-9 group there. Also in the row, they can't touch 3-7. So that's also from 1-2, 8-9. Now, if I could prove that one of these reds was a 3-7, I would know that green was not red. Any other King's Move stuff going on? Green 3-7 can't sit there. That's not a King's Move thing. This can't be green 3 or 7 anymore because of that. If this was from 1-2, 8-9, it would be pink. Ah, that's beautiful, actually. If this was a 1-2, 8 or 9, since we've had 2 of them in green in this box, this would be pink. If it was a 3-7, we've had 3-7 in the row, so this would be pink. So this is always pink, and we've translated red and yellow into pink and green. We still haven't translated them into high and low, which is only going to come about when we get something on the black dot. But we've at least got to green and pink for everything now. Didn't tell us whether this was a 3-7. Oh no, it does tell us. This can't be a pink 3-7 because those would both have to be from green 1-2, 8-9. In fact, these are both a 3-7 and a 4-6. And that must be an extreme digit, a 1 or a 9. And therefore this is a 2 or an 8. And this one over here is now a 3 or a 7, also touching the two 1, 2, 8, 9, the more extreme digits. And this is a 3-7 here. I can feel Paolo De Leva writing his comment that should have used placeholders at this point. But now this set of greens, imagine these are low. These would have to be 1, 2, and 3, 4. And that being a 3 would need a 4 here. And this would be the 1-2 pair. If these were high, one of them would be 8-9 and the other would be 7-6. So this 3 or 7 is always going with a 4 or a 6 here. And this is a pair of more extreme digits from 1 to 8-9. Now we've got an extreme pair in that row. And this one is 3 or 7, which fixes 3, 7 and 4, 6 in the central box. And it also says this digit can't be a 3. It doesn't say it can't be an 8, which would tell us about its actual polarity. These two are pink to get the count right for this box. And indeed, they're from 3, 7 and 4, 6. So that's not 3 or 7. This is now an extreme pair, 1, 2, 8 or 9. In fact, in this column, well, no, this is 3, 7 or 4, 6. This one I'm not sure because, yes, I am. 3, 7 can't sit next to a 3, 7 here. So this is also 3, 4, 6 or 7. And wherever the 4 is here, it's, well, or 6, it's definitely touching the extreme digit on the line. Right, we're making good progress now. I would really like to get to the point where I can disambiguate. In this column, here we go, this is something. We've had all 4 pinks. So these two are green. We now know that this has 1 high and 1 low digit on, and actually that's going to rule out 1 and 2. This digit must be 8, so that can be from a low digit below. Now we know that pink is high, and I'm going to turn it orange. Green is low, and I'm going to turn it blue. And now we can fill in a lot of cells where we only have 2 possibilities. Oops, the lows are 3 in those cells and 4 in those 2. The high here is 8, 9, 7, 4. That's a low. Okay, let's get rid of 8, 9 out of those and these because they're definitely low, and that one. And then we get rid of the low digits 1, 2, 3 out of these ones. And the low digits 1, 2 out of those ones. And the low digits 3, 4 out of those. And here we go. 7 is looking at that cell. Then we have, that has to be a naked 4 because it sees 1, 2 in its box and all the other Sudoku digits in its row. That's putting 1, 2 over here. This is now a 4, 7 pair. This is a 5, 6 pair. And that digit is 8 or 9. I know that color. This, I feel, is... I don't know. No, I was going to say I feel it's 8 or 9, but it could be a 6 in this column. Don't know yet. That's a 1 or a 2. Oh, look, we've got the 8 here. That's giving us a couple of 9s in the grid, as does 4 on a green line, if I'd just noticed that. 3 can't touch 7 on the green line, or 7 there. I've also got the king's move to come into play. And I mean, that, yeah, look, 6 is looking at that. So this is now an 8, 9 pair. This is a 7, 6 pair. 7 is flanked by 1, 2 on the green line. This digit is 6 by Sudoku. The king's move 8 sees that cell. So it's always good to remember the king's move when it's an actual rule in the puzzle. 8 and 9 are done. Bingo. Right, we're very much in business here. This is high and is 6 or 7. Can't be 6 by the king's move, so that's 7. In this column, we need a 3 and a 6. This needs a 4 in the box and a 3, 8 pair. Okay, I'm kind of committed to the colouring at this point. 5. These are from 1, 2, 6, and 7. Okay, I don't know about that. How about that touches 8? This touches 9. That's not so helpful. This is 6 or 7 in its row. Yeah, I probably need to get some more king's move stuff carrying on. There's a 4 in one of those 2 cells. And I was going to say this must be orange, but it could be 5. What about this column? 1, 2, 5, 9 remaining. Yeah, I don't know how that resolves itself. Still a bit of Sudoku to do then. 6 is in one of those 2 cells. 6 is in one of these 2 cells. In fact, these are a 6, 7 pair. What of that? 7 is looking at that cell, so that's a 6. This is 7 in the box. This is 1 or 2, I presume, here in blue. 7, 9, 1, 2, 6. This can't be from 1 or 2 anymore. That can't be 8. I'm going to need to unwind these 1s and 2s, and there must be an absolutely straightforward way. Yes, there is. 6 is touching that cell. So that's a 1. This is a 2. That's a 7. The 1 by king's move is hitting 2 there. 2 and 1, 2 and 1. I'm mainly just doing regular Sudoku at this point, but now the king's move again gets me 2 and 1, 1 there. And that was a good burst. We've got 1 and 6 here. That must be 1. That must be 6. We need a 1 in one of these. That's not interesting. This is high, and it's touching 3. It's got to be 9 now. That's going to give us a 9 by Sudoku in the corner. 4, 5, and 6 to go in the row. That must be 5. This is a 4, 6 pair. We did get an email recently from somebody who very earnestly and strongly told us that when we do this sort of colouring, he does this with blue for low and orange for high, and with 5 as black, and it really improved things. I'm not convinced that a black colour is going to improve anything, but there we go. It was heartfelt. Now, We've got 1, 3, 5 here. That must be a 5. There's a 1, 3 pair. That 5 fixes 6 and 5 there. 6 is coloured, obviously. 9, 5, 6, 3, 1. That's 2 or 8. This is 4 or 8. Okay, we've got a 2, 7, 8 triple up the top here. No king's move action, but an 8 looking at that one. That 3, 8 pair is not resolved yet. It's got to be the Whisper, has it? No, the Whisper will be fulfilled whatever we put for anywhere from now on out of the candidates. This is not allowed to be 8. This is 3, 4 or 5. And down here 2 or 3, which feels very limited. So that's a 1, 2, 3 triple in the column. That's a surprisingly complex finish. We get a 7 at the top. That forces 6 and 7 there. That 7 can be coloured. And there's no 7 in those cells. 7 there resolves 4, 7 here. The 4 by king's move sorts out the rest of this whole box. There we go. And we get a bunch of 4s. That digit is a 6, and we can colour him orange. 7 and 8 there. They're all orange. That's a blue 2. 8 and 1, 3 is resolved by Sudoku. 1, 2. And it looks like I've coloured everything. This is going to be high. We're going to get low in the corner, which is indeed a 3. And that's 3 in the corner. That's 3 in the spotlight, losing its religion. And here there is the solution to the King of Hearts, Heartbreaking by Olimar. Lovely puzzle, not too difficult as long as you remember all the rules and apply them throughout. Very nice stuff. Thanks, Olimar. Hope you had fun with that, and I'd love to see you again tomorrow or on the stream. Still time to get to that. Bye for now.